Death ends all pleasure and makes everything as if it had never been. Given this, if there were no resurrection, our life would be a meaningless existence of suffering and pain. However, this world is a shadowy miniature of the other eternal one. The bounties God bestows here are only examples of their eternal and much better forms in the eternal world, and are displayed here to encourage us to act in order to deserve them. Give glad tidings to those who believe and do good deeds. For them there will be gardens beneath which rivers flow. Every time they are served with the fruits therein, they will say, "This is what was given to us aforetime." They shall be given in perfect semblance. And there will be pure spouses for them, and they will abide there forever. All joy and beauty, reward and happiness in this world point to their perfect and eternal forms in paradise. All pain and punishment, ugliness and unhappiness point to their likes in hell. God will use the debris from this world, after He destroys it, to build the other world. Thus, the interrelations among things here and between this world and the other point to the resurrection. Recording and preservation point to the resurrection. Nothing disappears completely from this world. While our every word and act is recorded and preserved, why should we not be able to understand that God records all of humanity's words and deeds in a way unknown to us? Advances in science and technology constantly provide new evidence for His existence and unity, and affirm, with the divine origin of the Quran, the truth of Islamic beliefs. The Quran declared centuries ago that we shall show them our signs in the outer world and within themselves until it will be manifest to them that the Quran is the truth. Does not your Lord suffice, since He is witness over all things? If people sincerely search for the truth and are not blinded by prejudice, ignorance, and worldly ambition and desire, every new scientific advance displays the truth of the Quran. We see that God enfolds everything in small things like seeds. For example, each human being is enfolded in a sperm, or in his or her 46 chromosomes. If we had 44 or 48 chromosomes, we would be something completely different. Similarly, when we die and disappear into the soil, our most essential part does not disappear, as discussed earlier, for God will use it to rebuild us on the day of resurrection. God preserves everything, and so nothing can disappear forever. For example, a plant that dies in autumn or winter continues to live in innumerable memories, as well as in its seeds that will bring it back in an almost identical form next spring. Just as God preserves things in their seeds, He preserves sounds and voices, as well as appearances and sights to display them in another world. Maybe one day these sounds and sights will be discovered. One time I heard of an experiment carried out by a scientist trying to find a killer. The suspects were brought singly under the tree where the crime was committed. The tree showed nothing unusual until the guilty person was brought close to it, at which time it began to react negatively. Somehow, the tree had recorded the killer's voice, manner, posture, or whatever he had displayed during the crime. God preserves a human being in a sperm, a plant in a seed, a hen in an egg, and shows us that He records everything by enabling us to record and preserve sounds and images. Given this, would He leave us, the noblest and perfect pattern of existence, to our own devices or allow our record to disappear? Of course not. Rather, He will resurrect us in a different, eternal world.